You know what time it is, baby? The Morning Hustle is here. L'Oreal and Kyle Santillian, and we have the most amazing guests that walk through our open door policy. Some might even call them idols from time to time.
Come on now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the latest winner of American Idol is here with us today, Mr. Jamal Roberts.
Yes!
Hey! What's up, brother?
What's up, man? I'm
How
glad
you
to be
feeling?
here. Man, I feel wonderful.
You should. You should. You did a thing.
I'm so excited for you. Yay!
That's what's up,
The
man.
first black
Congratulations.
man since Ruben Studdard
That's crazy.
to win America, 23 seasons?
Yeah.
That's crazy. How does that even make you feel?
Right.
That it's like, okay, this long it's been since there's been a black man to even win.
I'm honored. You know,
Yeah.
I'm honored just to have this opportunity. It's all of it's been amazing. It's just life changing. Dreams, living in my dreams, and it's just watching it play out like it has. It's just, you know, everything God said it was. He kept his promise.
Yeah. And you just came from work. That's crazy. PE teacher. No. They said you went right back to work. You
I had to go see my kids. You know, I had to make sure they was good. You know, give them a little motivation. And you know, school was about to end, so I was like, I had to see them one last time.
They said you was out there on bus duty with
I had to get them right. You know, get them home safe.
That's right. What do they call you, the kids?
They call me Coach Jamal.
Coach Jamal. Okay.
I don't like the Coach Roberts thing. Kind of make me feel old a little bit. So.
But now you can't go to work now because now what? You got to go on tour. You got to go get ready to put out an album. You got to move around the country and do interviews.
You got to come sing for us.
All of that. Yeah.
But they give you like a leave of absence or something like that?
They gave me a leave of absence, but they done retired me too.
Yeah, you like, I done left. I'm left.
But they left the door open in case you want to come back.
Yeah, it's open. I can always come back. I think they're gonna give me a little hallway dedicated to me, so that's kind of sweet right there.
That's what's
the
up,
class
bro.
I always used to make an excuse not to go to. PE. Oh yeah.
See?
I was like, oh, my stomach, I got cramps.
And see, as guys, we would spend the
ready
whole
for
day in
PE.
PE. Yeah.
Jeez.
But it'd be nasty because I'm like, you sweating, and then I got to go back to class. What do you have to say about
We
this?
had too much energy. We just need to release it. So PE was perfect.
That
Thanks,
is true.
man.
That is true. Well, you have a lot of energy.
Yeah, I do.
A whole lot on that stage.
That's right. Were you excited to win this knowing that you went as far as you did with Sunday's Best and it didn't end the way you would have liked it to? For those that don't know, you finished in the top 3 on BET Sunday's
still
Best.
good. I don't know what you said.
Which is amazing. But to come back and to say, okay, y'all only put me in the top 3, I'm going to be number 1 over here at American Idol. You know, how was that contrast of emotions between those two?
I told myself I was done with TV. Done with competitions. I felt like I was treated unfairly on the last show. But hey, it happened the way it happened, and if it didn't happen like that, I wouldn't be where I am now.
That's right.
But I do believe I felt like I was treated fairly on American Idol. I was kind of skeptical about it at first. I'm like, man, I don't know.
Me too, child.
I was like, ooh, I don't know. You just know TV. TV is TV. But they gave me a fair chance. They let me prove myself, and I didn't want anything easy. I wanted to work hard for it,
Yeah.
and I just appreciate that opportunity.
I just feel like, especially now in times like this, with what's going on, just with political things, and when you see a young white man, young 19, next to a beautiful brown man, right? It is a little scary when you hear the word American and Idol, because you're like, are they going to vote for him? But vote for you. You broke records. You had the highest amount of votes that they ever had for American Idol. So when you, because you said you felt like you were treated fairly, but sometimes when I was looking in that crowd, I was like, oh my God, please let me vote for Jamal because this is great. It looked a little uneven, unbalanced in there. So how were you treated by the fans while you were there?
I will say TV is TV. Before I sing, they were screaming. I would say they was fair. When I sat down, they were screaming. So what you see on TV, they don't get everything. You know, they don't get all the juicy stuff. They just get some of the stuff what they want to get. But I could truly say I had a lot of support in the audience each time.
Yeah.
Each time. Yeah.
What about the style? Because one thing about you I noticed is these suits you've been putting on. I love them matching outfit as well. Is this something that they style y'all in, or is this something that you're choosing on your own? Is this your style?
This is something I've been doing. Mississippi boy. It gets hot down there. I just said, you know what, if we're gonna go, we just not put an undershirt on and let's see how that works out. And it just turned out and worked for the better.
It's low-key like swaggy, which I think is crazy because Carrie Underwood at the beginning when you were coming to audition had the audacity to say that you didn't have any swag.
I was like, whoa.
That was but this white girl to say you ain't got no swag. I was like, sorry, I know, but what? I'm just saying, how she know? But when I looked at it, I was like, he got swag to me. I just think it was a little, was it nerves there?
It was me. This time I came into the season being very strategic, and when I say that, I mean by the song choice.
Yeah,
I didn't think the fit was gonna be a problem. I mean, it was a little black suede shirt with the checker pants and little black shoes. I thought it was gonna work out fine. For audition. Right. But I picked the song Mary Jane because I knew Lionel Richie had some roots back with that song back in the Gap. So I was like, if I throw this song at them, it'll throw them off their game. They won't be able to put me in a box.
Yeah.
So from that point on, I started just going to different genres. Anthony Hamilton, Tennessee Whiskey, Jelly Roll.
Just
back
you
and forth.
Put me onto some songs I ain't never heard
and
before.
the thing is, every time I talk to my manager, I'm like, man, every time I had to learn a new song because I don't know none of. I'm a PK.
Oh, you didn't know
that
either.
I don't know none of these songs. I had to learn these songs and sing them.
All you knew was gospel music.
All I knew was Forever and Anthony Hamilton. Every other song I did not know.
Yeah, like that's the crazy
That's crazy.
thing. When you put me onto so many things, including Jelly Roll, who ended up being your mentor.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I love you and Jelly Roll together. You put me onto his song Liar, who he now said is your song, right? You did that song so much justice. Can we see the two of y'all do a real collab together?
Oh, most definitely.
Yes, right. Have you already done it?
No, we ain't done it yet.
Yes,
but
you did.
It's in the work. It's work. Yeah, it's gonna be fire. Yeah.
But are y'all staying in touch? Because he had like a different vibe with you. Like every time you would sing, he's like, I love his voice. He always showed you a lot of respect. So do y'all do you speak to him?
He right after the show, he FaceTimed me, which he has many more times. He FaceTimed me. I didn't answer because I didn't know who it was.
What?
So he sent me a text message. So you done got going Hollywood. And you can't answer about a phone call. I'm like, man, I didn't know that was your number, man. But yeah, we chopped it up. He real cool dude. He real down to earth. He just genuine, authentic. It's just Jelly Roll.
Have you had any conversation from other former American Idol winners, like some of our favorites, like a Jennifer Hudson, a Fantasia, like a Ruben Studdard? Have they had any communication with you about...
the black ones, Kyle.
I said our favorites. Did I not say our favorites? Because those were my favorites.
Damn, Kyle.
Well, Jennifer Hudson has been texting me, telling me how proud she is of me. And Fantasia called me yesterday.
Oh, I love
she's
it.
just like a big sister to me, and she's just protective and just making sure everything is everything.
Yeah.
Were you watching that season when Jennifer and Fantasia were on together?
I think I was in Revival around that time, but I did come back.
Right. Won't he do it?
I did go back. I did go back and watch it. That was a good season.
Crazy
that was
season.
That was a tight crunch right there. So, all right, a lot of people do go back to judge. Right, later on, you're just getting started in your career. Right. But if they ever were later down the line to ask you if you could be one of the judges for a season or two, would you do it?
Yes.
You would?
Absolutely.
Yes?
Yes.
So say you had to judge. You just brought up Fantasia and Jay Huss. Say you had to judge that season. Would the outcome still be the same?
I'll probably say like Lionel said, boat.
You ain't casting your own vote.
I ain't gonna have nothing to say. I was right. Yeah.
Well, we know Lionel he was a fan of you, that's for sure.
Thanks.
Some people didn't think Carrie Underwood was when you won. They said she kind of side-eyed you. And do you believe that was true?
Well, watching all the past performances, I see that she was clapping and, getting on board. So I really don't know. I just know she's a country singer.
Yeah.
But I couldn't just I couldn't just put the blame on her because Luke's a country singer.
Right.
But Luke supported me 100%. But I don't know. I don't have no comment there. Bring the bell.
I felt a little.
Bring the bell.
Right.
I didn't like her energy towards you, and I think that's why I'm shading her in this interview here from the beginning of it, is because I did not like this swagless comment. Or saying that you need a swag, or I did not like how she looked at you sometimes in some performances. I really wanted to come through the screen, child.
I honestly, I told my manager while we was at the audition, I said, she told me to have swag. And I was just watching people that was coming in there, getting golden tickets, with the cowboy boots on sometimes, or some of them with overalls. And I was like, okay.
Right.
Yeah, right. Ain't no swag about that.
Where do I go from there?
You might be her type on the low, but you're married, though. But you're married.
I'm not married.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Wait a minute. Okay, so obviously...
I'm a coach, and I play basketball all the time. That's how I do my cardio. And I jam all my fingers on this side. So one night during the performance, I have accidentally wore one of the rings from wardrobe on my ring finger, and they let me know when I got off stage. I said they're going to think I'm married.
Yeah.
But
I thought you were.
Right, you're a father of 3 daughters.
I'm the father of 3 beautiful girls that I love. Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely.
The same woman.
No.
Okay, so you know that there's reports out there, I'm sure you know by now, that you have this woman that doesn't like to be in front of the spotlight, and you're just like, no. So are you single?
I am very much single.
Really?
Very much single.
Well, no.
Very much single.
Because you got a brand new baby,
Brand
though.
new baby,
A
yeah.
brand new baby. Oh, so you've been busy in Mississippi.
You see,
He's been singing them out they drugs now.
he's been busy, and he's very much still single.
Okay, so what's these things
That's got to
about-
be tough to manage.
You
that,
think
though.
so?
No, it's
he's fine.
You gotta be from Mississippi to you handle all the things.
Yeah.
You keep everything handled.
How was it dealing with your children's mothers during the process of American Idol, and now knowing that you're going to have all of this new attention that's brought to your life, and you're going to have to move around. You may not be able to be there as much as you were in the past. Like just dealing and juggling with all of that. Has there been any problems there?
Oh no, I have no problems in no areas of my life when it comes to my kids.
I like
I know
that.
that's
I like
right.
that.
I've been a present father since they was pregnant. Yeah, no, I've been present. No, I have no problems. They don't question me about anything. I'm always there for my kids. Anytime they need something, I'm there. It does
love
not
that.
I
matter.
like that. I picture you in the crib like this, just rubbing bellies.
Yeah. No, but your children made it to every performance.
They made it to
Right?
a couple because they still have schools, and I
Okay.
didn't want the people knocking on my door because
But they made it to enough. They made it to
they
enough.
made it to enough of them. Yeah.
Was that more motivation for you to see them out there?
It felt better because I feel like I'm the only person that can make sure they're safe all the time. And, so when I can see them and I can lay eyes on them, I feel like they just in the perfect spot and I'm at ease. But when they're away, I'm uneasy. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I can see
I
that.
get it, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely, for sure.
So let's talk about some of the rumors that are like going around out there. One about your manager, he's here. Shout out to him, Carlton. They were trying to say some things about him, but you made it clear, like if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't even have re-entered into American Idol. But some people were saying he was taking advantage of you.
Definitely not. I don't know who those people are, but they're crazy.
Yeah.
The first time I went on Sunday Best twice.
Yeah.
The first time I got eliminated at top 20, he was like, oh no. He said, no. He said, I don't know what happened there. So he got me back on that top 3. I was, I was excited, whatever.
Yeah.
But I was done. He'll tell you, I was completely done with TV.
Yeah.
Shows anyway. He was like, but you got the goods. He said, you got what it takes. He said, I think you should try it again. I was in the car. I'm like, no, I don't think I'm really want to do that. I said, it's too much stress, on my mental. He was like, but you've been through it. And you say, you know what it takes. And he said, you just need to audition. And I auditioned, and it just took off from there. And it just, shout out to my manager for pushing me because I was done.
Sometimes you need that
Yeah,
motivation
absolutely.
from someone. So wait, do you guys still have to line up in the line? Did you have to do that for American Idol? Like when they were like in the lines back in the day where you were waiting for hours, or is it like a scheduled time?
I did the Zoom audition at first, so that put me right to the exec run
Okay.
through, so I didn't have to do the line
Because I
thing.
wanted to know, but you did American Idol before.
Yeah, and that was the line thing, and I was outside. Like that would piss anybody off. Like,
How long? What did you do?
I made so many new friends in that line. Like it was hours. It was hours.
Really?
Those
You would
lines-
step out to go pee, and then you would come back to get your spot back, and it was a long time.
Oh,
Those
my
lines
God.
are so crazy. Like we've done live broadcasts at locations where people were doing American Idol outside of the college, and people be out there for days on end. Those lines are
So
absolutely
you got to be
insane.
stinky when you go into Hollywood.
You said your managers talked to you about knowing what it takes to be in these TV show competitions. I know we see a little bit of what happens behind the scenes on television, but what's some of the most difficult part about the process that people don't see on television?
Oh my God. Man, it's just, I would tell anybody, if you're going to audition for a TV show like American Idol, make sure your mental is right. Because if not, it will break you down. And lucky for me, I had already had experience, but I watched people.
Yeah.
I watched people, and I felt so sorry for some of the contestants. I watched them
Like,
sink.
what's going
You're
on?
giving your all,
I watched them sink, and I was like, man, only thing I can do is speak, give them some encouraging words and tell them to just keep pushing. But you got rehearsals, on stage rehearsals. And you have to run through your song 3 times. But this is the first year that they did Sunday and Monday. So that's 2 songs now.
Wow.
So there's 2 songs you have to run through 3 times. You're not done. Because now you got to go to wardrobe and run through those songs 3 more times with your wardrobe. And you're not done because now you got to go to creative and let them give you feedback on what to do on the stage. That's 3 more times. And then when you get home, well, we call it home, but when you get back to the hotel, you're tired. But what you got to do? You got to rehearse. You got to make sure you're right because on the next day,
how's
rolling.
your voice like during all that process? Have you ever lost it or seen someone else lose theirs?
I've seen plenty of people lose their voice. I know how to use mine. I've been doing it for a little while now, so I kind of got it, where I wanted to be. But it can get tired. You can be tired. But as far as losing, it didn't go anywhere. I can lean on the rasp a little bit too if it did decide to shift.
Yeah, because you got that thing.
Yeah, but the whole journey, I mean, you meet a lot of amazing people on American Idol. The cast, everybody's amazing. But the struggle, being away from your family for months and still got bills at home.
Facts.
Because the school system not paying you. Well, I can't speak for nobody else, but for me, they wasn't paying me. So I stepped out on faith.
So are you getting paid through American Idol weekly?
Not at first. You had to make it down to the top 7, I want to say. Top 7.
So that's a lot of weeks that you're already gone.
We
Without
did the top 24 when we went to Hawaii, and we wasn't getting paid.
And you're not allowed to have a certain amount of outside contact as well. Is that right?
Yeah, you can't.
Like,
really.
you might be able to keep it with your kids and stuff like that, but what's the isolation in terms of like who you're allowed to speak to and who you're not allowed to speak to?
I didn't really get into that because I'm a kind of loner anyway by myself. I stay to myself till somebody tells me to change or do something different. But I was kind of loner, and then I met people like Kobe and Gabby, and then Kanan and Victor. Like, we linked, and we was locked in. So like, we became family. So that's who I would always be around when we had downtime.
Yeah.
But anytime you had downtime, you wanted to go to sleep.
Yeah,
you killed everybody on Champions. I just want to say, no matter how family, you came on there, and when you came through, I was like, oh, there's other people singing too. I said, you did that so many times. You just woke up the entire audience, and it's like you could tell. And sometimes it seemed you're telling us about all these rehearsals, but it seemed effortless. Like, you got up there and just it was just butter. Like, it's so great. What was your favorite performance out of all of the performances you had?
Ooh. I'm not gonna lie, I love Jelly Roll's performance. Anthony Hamilton set a tone for me.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll, that was amazing that night in Hawaii. It was hot. But I really liked, I don't know, I like that Otis Reddington. I liked the tenderness.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then I liked Teeks when I did Teeks' first time at the end of the.
That's a fact.
So I don't
But
really.
that time,
it was different. It gave me a good love. I was like, oh, I'm in there now. I was like, ooh, okay, yeah.
So what is your style? Because I feel like because you have to sing other people's songs when you're on these shows, right? But what are we going to get from you when that album comes out? You said, this is going to be the root of everything. So what are we looking forward to?
I'm going for a soul singer with a gospel roots. That's what I'm going for. So, I'm gonna do the art. I don't want to be in a box anyway.
Yes.
But I'm definitely gonna be a soul singer. And if it's time for me to sing country or R&B, which I love R&B, by the way. I love R&B. Blues, I don't really care.
Was there a
got it.
song that you really, really have loved to do on American Idol that you didn't get an opportunity to?
Oh, for Mother's Day, I was gonna do Bobby Womack. If you think you're lonely now.
Oh my
you done killed
God.
that.
That's too black.
Oh,
Okay.
no, they was down for it though. They was ready. The band was excited. They was like, no way. I was like, yeah. They was like, man, no, we can't do it though because you got Disney then Mother's Day, and they said we don't think the message will be received. I said, I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, you could do a little bit of it today.
No, that wasn't
It's one of those laughs you push through.
So, okay, does American Idol let you do NIL deals? So you see how you have the college athletes that they're able to use their likeness with companies. But I know that because you're in like a set contract, it's a competition, it's a contest. Mm-hmm. Is it okay for you to get outside money while you guys are doing this? Carlton? It's no restrictions though. They don't tell you like
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I
okay.
leave that up to the
Yeah.
stay in my lane.
Like, am I?
Stay in my lane. Stay in my
I'm
lane.
gonna get it anyway.
Right.
Okay.
What's one of the first things? I mean, you get a little cash prize, and of course your record deal and all of that. Is it something that you're excited to be able to do now that you weren't able to do prior? Nah, you
I'm just gonna put that in the bank.
Throw it in the
I know
bank.
that's right.
I ain't never heard an artist say, I would just throw that in
Just
there.
throw it in the
I
bank.
ain't trying to splurge. I got everything I need right now, so I'm
Yeah.
just, my kids taken care of.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I like that.
How did it feel
I
to
like
see
that.
so many people like the reaction videos where they were crying over you winning?
Oh my God. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it now. And I tell my manager all the time, like, it ain't set in yet, man. I done went from American Idol to Good Morning America to Kelly and Mark. And I'm like, when is it going to hit me? I was like, at my at-home visit, when we went home, I had 23,000 people.
Crazy.
Outside the biggest in American Idol history in the little old Meridian.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
For me. And I was like, there's no way. But, I always wanted peace in my city. And I always wanted to, when I sing, I wanted to, touch souls. Music is a way to the soul. It's a way to make you feel better. And I wanted to be that. I wanted to be that voice, for America now. So, it feels amazing that they chose me.
Yeah.
Because obviously America had the vote. And with 26 million votes, I must have been doing something
Yes,
right.
you did. And you have an
Absolutely.
amazing story. I love
Absolutely.
that nowadays you see so many people just like the TikTok, and there's nothing wrong with taking other routes, but the fact that you started from 2 years old when you were first singing, 3 years old when you
2
were
years
first
old.
singing, to like you did these different contests, you took another route, you went again, you was uploading things online, you never gave up, and now you are the champion. You did that. We
Yeah,
are
you
the
did.
champions. No, but you did
That's
that, and
big,
we're so
man.
happy for you. We're so proud
For
that you
sure.
got this thing going on. I heard your daughter might not be too far behind you. Harmony sings already?
Oh, both of them sings.
No.
Both Lyric and Harmony sings. Yeah, they both sings
With
down.
names like Lyric and Harmony, they
I mean,
got
Come
you
you.
on.
you got to.
Oh, my goodness.
they get mad if I start listening to one of the other ones more than the other. So it's like it's a battle with me. I just have to learn to,
That's
balance.
right.
I have to
Yes.
balance them two girls because they sassy too.
Are they?
God, well, you gave me all girls, really?
That's
sassy.
right.
That's sassy.
What was you
That's
doing in your
how
life?
it go,
Man,
Do you ever get any comparisons of who you look like?
look like
Yeah,
no,
look alike.
sound like yes.
Which one? Who do they say?
They said I sound like Jamie Foxx. They said I sound like David Ruffin. Yeah, they said I sound like.
Ain't nobody come to see you on the
Do you hear it yourself, or are you just like, thanks, what a compliment?
I'm like, thanks.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. No, for real, I
Yeah.
really do. But those are two. They're two different artists in their
They
own lane.
are. Who's your favorite? Like right now, period, artist-wise, other than yourself?
Artist, male or female?
Yeah, whatever you want to do. How about if somebody right now, if you could pick one person to do a record with, or two people to do a record with, who would be those people you would reach out to?
Right now, to be Jelly Roll.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, well, I think you already got that one.
Right.
in the
Yeah,
bag.
right now, but
Aside
I would reach back out to Anthony Hamilton because he got some
Yes.
smooth stuff going on over
Yeah.
there. And
The two of y'all?
I
Crazy.
like
That's that soul right there.
Yeah,
you're
that's
talking
that feel.
about. That's what
Yeah,
that
I
is.
love that.
That's actually
Yeah.
be a good record with you, Jelly Roll, and Anthony Hamilton.
Huh? Help him get Charlene back.
I'll do the producer. Love this. For
You're
you.
doing your great thing, man. Congratulations to you to be the first one, the first black man since Ruben. Just in itself says a lot.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's-
mean? So we rooting for you, man. And for everybody that's watching and listening right now that are just kind of getting tuned in with you, what do you want people to know about you? They may not know so far.
Don't believe the hype, whatever it is on social media. If I didn't say it, it ain't true.
Thanks.
Just a down to earth country guy. Love my kids. I'm a family man, and I'm here to sing and make everybody feel better. So just keep following me on this journey, and we're gonna do the best we can and just make it to the
Yeah.
top.
That's what's
Love
up, man.
it.
Hey, that's our American Idol right there.
And his number did change. No, I'm joking. I don't know. Did it?
Did what
Did
change?
your phone number change since
No.
winning?
It's not.
It's not.
No, I don't
It's not
get my
gonna
number
change?
out that much.
Oh,
Yeah.
you were serious. He like, no, I don't talk to anybody.
Nah.
It's my kids
Yeah.
and they baby and their
Thanks.
mom.
Yeah. That's it.
Thanks. Congratulations to you, bro. Jamal Roberts in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so the old fling stories aren't true either, because you have all these.
The what stories?
The women that you used to deal with
Oh my
before, those
God!
are not
No,
true.
none of that story.
None of them
that.
are true.
No women I ever talked to come back and speak because there's nothing to talk about.